So these are apparently the worst Elden Ring hot takes. We're gonna react to it, of course.
It's always a great feeling when something you adore is getting the attention and love you believe it deserves.
Yes.
For me, that's been Elden Ring. The community around this game has been nothing short of spectacular in my experience. People are making art, maidenless memes that get upwards.
Like the Soul series, we have the most passionate community. Well, I'm proud of you, man. Just want to say thank you. Thank you for your dedication. If you did artwork and shit like that, I really love it.
Of 10,000 likes on Twitter and Reddit, the subreddit itself has over 1 million subscribers now in such a short span of time. And I just love seeing all the community creations and videos being made on YouTube across all platforms. Most of us playing and engaging with Elden Ring have been having the time of our lives.
Yeah, and especially it was such a long dry phase because we had no content. I didn't play Sekiro. I just waited for so long just for Elden Ring.
The reason I bring that up is because, well, there's a lot of hot takes from people who are super jealous of that.
I am 100% sincere when I say, without any sarcasm, that Elden Ring can suck my dick.
If Elden Ring is a garbage game, what are all other games? That's it.
Excuse me!
So you know this video is going to be good, but their opinions can't ruin something as pristine and beautiful as Elden Ring. So instead, a lot of these people just kind of flail about making incoherent rants in the vain hope that Miyazaki will add an easy mode at some point.
Elden Ring is the easiest of all Souls games. To be honest, it's so easy. You have a state of Marika, which you can just respawn beyond the boss door. It's easy. You don't need to run back to the boss. You have so many OP weapons which are scattered throughout the world. You just need to search for it. Or look for a shiny guide. Watch my videos. And yeah, it's easy. It's the easiest Souls game. So don't cry, bitch.
That's right, we're gonna be looking at the
hottest Elden Ring takes in town.
So strap on your Estus flask and take a swig every time I show you something stupid. But before all that, I'm about to poison myself with a variety of different hot sauces. Now, you might be saying, Man, that's kind of random. And it is. But the reason I'm doing it...
It's a sponsor. Are you crazy, man?
Woohoo! Is for the sponsor of today's video, Bespoke. They offer all sorts of themed...
He's dying.
They offer all sorts of themed boxes of goodies. Holy...
No.
You see, all this awesome hot sauce I got came in a friendly care package from Bespoke. Every month they bring in new packages, so you can get a grab bag of knives, couple glasses, and some whiskey, outdoor gear, houseware. You can preview the box before it's shipped out. Choose to keep it, swap it for another, or skip the month at no cost. Every box has a $70 retail value, but only costs $49.
They sent me a Donkey Kong barrel! They sent me a Donkey Kong barrel! They sent me an actual keg, isn't that sweet?
Boxes will be personalized based on your preferences and answers to the quiz. I picked up the hot sauce and coffee bundles, but there's so many more. So what are you waiting for? Order your own box of goodies from Bespoke. And if you use the code ACT20, I'll get you 20% off your first box. Okay. Thank you, Bespoke, for sponsoring this video.
Support him, man.
Now for something completely different.
Let's get started.
Probably the hot takes that blew up the most were what these three devs said about Elden Ring. And these people were from Guerrilla Games, Ubisoft, and Xanax Software. The fact that Elden Ring scored a 97 Metacritic is proof that reviewers don't give a flaming poop about game user experience. My life is a lie. Nor PC graphics, stability, and performance apparently. Nor quest design really. Now what these people are really saying is I'm jealous of From Software's success because it overshadows my own.
Yes,
I am insecure and questioning my career and design choices.
Ubisoft, I'm looking at you, man.
Hey, genius. Maybe somebody's just better at making video games than you. Maybe there's thousands of people better at making videos than me. Let's just be happy for them. Why is it so hard? Comparison is the thief of joy. And wait, reviewers don't care about PC graphics?
Have you seen... I think they didn't play the game at all.
Have we been playing the same game?
Yeah. Look at this, man. This is the main city. Oh. The no faster part. say it.
UX
I love
also
it.
stands for user experience and like isn't a review about the user's experience with the game. No! I mean, isn't like...
Doesn't make any sense,
X-Man
man.
hurt himself in his confusion.
Yeah.
To me, these developer tweets are like way out of left field because most devs on Twitter celebrate each other's success. Luckily, the memes that came out of this were just pure gold. Allow me to play you a brief,
Praise
powerful
Miyazaki.
slideshow.
If Ubisoft made Elden Ring. Oh, I've seen this picture, but with more ads and with loot boxes and shit like that. And with runes in the... right down this corner, the right corner, you can see the souls. Like there was another currency above it, which was the premium currency. This destroyed me, man. DPS speeders from WoW. See, combat evolved slots. What can we see here? Oh, let's go. Some tower
Now, I want
defense,
to make
man.
it clear, it's okay to dislike a video game that I like. It's okay to enjoy something that I do not.
Dog model.
This goes without saying.
Dog model.
What I care about is if your reasons are good. Unlike this next guy who posted one of the worst Elden Ring reviews I've ever seen.
Let's see it. I'm prepared to
I'm
die.
returning this utter crap because this game is terrible.
I don't care what anybody says.
You can tell someone's angry when they're just
Yeah, he's shaking the box like
shaking
like a
the
maniac,
fucking
man.
game case in the video, and that's like that's the video.
I was going to do a video on it. This is it. This is the video. It's going to be a quick upload.
So let's
They
summarize
do it
this
for
guy's
clout,
very
man.
brief
To be honest,
experience
I
with
think they do
Elden
it.
Ring and examine the reasons why he thinks it's trash.
Coming off the heels of my Elden Ring sucks video, because the game does suck.
He's retarded.
It's a
He's mentally
terrible example of game design.
Elden Ring is bad because it doesn't follow game design principles.
Oh my god.
And no, I won't elaborate on what I think those are. That's up to your imagination, not mine.
I got all the way through that beginning of the game. It was very bland. So I get to that guy with the mask. I accidentally attack him. He kills me.
So you arrived in Limgrave,
Bro, you need to attack him like multiple times so he gets aggroed.
and immediately attacked the first non-hostile NPC.
And why should you do that? You see this. Press Y to talk. Are you fucking blind, man?
So you must have ignored the talk button at the bottom of the screen when
Yes,
you walked
exactly.
up to him, as well as his non-threatening pose and lack of wielding any kind of weapon.
I respawn right in front of him. He kills me. Respawn. He kills me.
You didn't attack him on
Deserved.
accident because he takes at least 3 hits to trigger
Yes.
aggro, and I tested this. He even says,
Do you even comprehend the gravity of this choice?
bruh,
You're gonna
you
regret
ignored
it.
his dialogue. He's straight up like, are you sure you want to continue attacking me? Yes, you do. All right, gonna have to teach you a lesson.
Respawn. Finally get away. See this big thing, horse minotaur looking thing, kills me one hit. All right, I respawn right in front of the guy who kills me. I'm like, how is this fun? How is this fun?
So you die to this guy a few more times before figuring out how to run away, and then you run straight towards the giant fuck-off golden knight on a horse, and you're surprised that he's hostile too.
And
Yes.
There's supposed to be a lock-on system, but my guy decides to just start
Yes.
swinging wildly.
Tell me you're not making this video without knowing how to lock on. I've never seen someone invalidate their own opinions as a game critic.
When you start the game, you see, when you start in the cave, you see a right path. And if you go down there, there's an entire tutorial which will show you every single button prompt and
It's so-
what you should do.
Effortlessly. So we can assume that he ignored everything in the tutorial because the tutorial teaches you how to lock on. You couldn't even Google this like, there's supposed to be a lock-on system. Consult Dr. Google.
And there's supposed to be a
Insanity.
lock-on system, but my guy decides to just start swinging wildly.
Swinging
I point
wildly?
the
You
camera back
spammed
at him,
the
it gives me
fucking up
a
button.
light lock-on, and he starts swinging wildly. I'm like, the guy moves, and I'm still swinging wildly.
Nice choreography,
I'm like,
man.
how is...
React
I
Man
don't
at
care
its best.
what anybody says. Oh, you gotta do this. Oh,
Press in on the right stick. Don't attack that guy. Sneak past the big horse.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Like, homie,
Imagine.
you can't just ignore literally everything the game is trying to tell you and then blame the game. Like, how does a guy who has hundreds of games on his shelves not understand the concept of a non-hostile NPC?
these games are not enjoyable. Yes, I get there are people out there that like it. and this game is not a 10 out of 10. Nowhere near, even if it ends wildest dreams.
Dude, just like make a new
Is it
guy.
crazy?
You couldn't have been more than 10 minutes in.
Like, in my opinion, no game is 10 out of 10. Like, Elden Ring still has its flaws, especially with multiplayer, but it's still one of the best I've ever seen and ever played. It's insane. And I criticize everything about new games because most of them suck right now. It's insane.
New guy and just don't attack him. But no, he gave up right there. Like, imagine posting a review without even killing a single enemy in a Souls game or learning how to lock on. Yes, this is it. This is his review of the game.
This is one of the most wretched things in terms of accessibility and gameplay. And just
You must have been sitting there just like, why did that guy I stabbed start swinging back? Could you imagine inviting this guy over to play Smash Bros. And he's like, why are you attacking me? It's a fighting game. Allow me to show you the cherry on the cake, the piece de resistance, to cap off this video.
This is not a good game. It is not a 10 out of 10, not even if it wanted to. I can't wait for Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo, you fucking kid.
And next up on the Elden Ring Clown Show is a rabbit hole I can't be bothered to go into. Apparently this guy Quantum TV made an Elden Ring review that he later deleted. People saw it was filled with terrible takes and made fun of it, like you do on the internet. One of these videos happened to be from a 17-year-old British guy named Mischief, and his response video triggered Quantum TV so far off the edge that he threatened to copyright strike a minor in a different country for criticizing him. This also led to a bunch of other YouTubers picking up the story, which led to Quantum making more videos and justifying his insane takes that you're about to see. It's like a rabbit hole we don't even want to go down. But I want to give a shout out to Mischief. His link will be in the description. Go check him out and subscribe. Pretty good content for his age, I gotta say. But it's real scary if you're a small content creator and you're just being threatened with copyright strikes. It's such like a dick move to do, so give that guy some support, all right?
Yeah.
Today I'll be giving you guys a review of Elden Ring. Essentially, I don't buy this game. The name of the game should not be called Elden Ring. The name of the game should be called You Die. Again and again and again.
I suppose if you never get good, then yeah, you'll keep dying.
It's an easy game.
Because that's all you're really gonna spend.
People are just stupid, man.
You're gonna die.
Okay. Melenia's a different story. She's hard.
Because the game has no easy difficulty. The difficulty spikes when you get to certain bosses. It's so unfair that you'll find yourself spending so many hours losing time away from your life. So I would say this game is for somebody who really is looking for a sandbox. They have no family, no friends, no life, and they have literally thousands of hours to grind away.
Why?
What the hell? What the hell?
This is a game made for people without families. Fuck you, orphans. You probably... I can't understand why this guy was getting flack.
They have no family, no friends, no life.
You are maidenless.
Yes.
Where do you come up with this?
Okay,
do you just get out of bed in the morning and you're like... I'm gonna be a fucking asshole today.
Yes.
When you die, you lose everything you collect.
But his background looks pretty cool, man. I like the LEDs. Some of the things I don't like. What is the silhouette above him like? That's the only thing I dislike. But yeah.
Everything. That means you start over. So leveling up is extremely hard because of the nature of the game and its difficulty level. And it's not fun. There's nothing fun about this game for somebody who is new to the franchise.
And that's kind of the crux of the issue, right? This is what I try to do when I criticize a game.
There's a sword of Night and Flame, man. If you just get that shit sword, you go out, you one-shot every noob enemy. It's so stupid, man.
Or a series that I'm not all that familiar with, I'm much softer about my criticisms. Have an understanding that there's fans that know more about this series than you do, so make it clear you're coming from an outsider perspective and maybe try not to flame the audience. You know, because maybe you want your own audience to grow, and if you're being an asshole, it might be kind of hard. Quantum. Just some food for thought.
And then you look at the graphic style. It's a joke. It is literally a joke. And then you look at the graphic style.
Look at the graphic style, man. What a joke.
It is like last gen being sold for new gen. Like, I don't understand, like, who they made this game for, where, like, you want low frame rates, but that for me, that's a massive deal breaker. I'm a massive motion
Okay, we had some frame rate issues, that's true.
buff, and to do something like that is unacceptable.
Complaining about the frame rate is a valid criticism. Should that be, like, the biggest factor in your review? Probably not.
Yeah.
But I'll give that to you.
A small thing. Every game had some issue, like with bugs, frame rate, and shit like that. It's normal.
Most of your time in the open world is spent just like running around kind of aimlessly, if I'm being honest. It's one of those games where like it's so spread out. The map is so big, you're gonna spend.
Do you need a fucking arrow which shows you where you need to go? We literally have that. Look at this. These are the sites of grace, and they show the direction where important things are. Wow. You need to go in the east or in the west, in the south. It's not instantly marked like in any other game, which thinks that you are just a brain-dead child. It truly requires that people need to think.
A lot of time,
and he can't think apparently
in a very open field that doesn't necessarily have a particular purpose for being that open.
You're gonna spend a lot of time running around a very open field. What's that? You said it's an open world game?
Imagine.
What's an open world game again?
I'd like there to be a purpose to almost everything. Like, everything is interactable and things like that, but it just doesn't feel like that.
The game is very interactable. You can roll into just about everything.
Yeah.
You can blend in with the scenery around you using a particular item.
The only thing I don't like about this is that, I don't know if it's a bug, when you turn into an object in this game, for some reason, my object is always low res and the enemies instantly see what I am. Only if I'm a bush, something like that, they won't see it. But if I'm a chest or a statue, you will instantly see through it that it's a player, man.
Certain landscapes will actually be destroyed throughout a boss fight. The game is very interactable.
I love this.
It sounds like you haven't played it much.
Yeah.
And I think without spoiling any parts of the story, which is lackluster by the way, I think that will be as honest as any.
Lackluster story. You just need to look into it a bit more. It's complicated a bit, but it requires you to again think.
Anyone's going to be about this product. I don't know who they made it for. Who
did they make Elden Ring for? It couldn't possibly be the 12 million people that bought it within 3 weeks.
Again, I couldn't speak lowly enough about this game. I don't recommend it, and I think if you're smart, you'll just play something else.
If I can find something good to say about Call of Duty Ghosts and Call of Duty Vanguard, there's hope for everything. Find something good to say.
Ghosts just gave me Vietnam flashbacks.
Okay, so that was pretty terrible. But guess what? Part 2.
Oh boy. Oh boy! So as you guys know, I did a review on Elden Ring. That didn't go very well, apparently, for some people.
For some people, you mean for 90% of the humanity.
Some backlash now that I wanted to address with some of you, because
how much you want to bet this guy is going to deflect why he's getting backlash?
A lot of you are not only being childish, but I don't think you're actually seeing this objectively.
We are just racist.
You see, every single Dark Souls fan watching this video right now had to die 1,000,001 times to learn how to play that game. Using that experience and laterally jumping over into Elden Ring, you're able to, again, experience that level of challenge, but it's not as hard because you've already done something similar before.
Honestly, I think I'm hot shit every time a new FromSoft game comes out. And
same.
I get my ass kicked again and again. Even when Demon's Souls Remake came out, a game I'd already beaten before, it still kicked my ass.
I hate rats and wolves, man. You use your sword, you swing above your enemy because you don't hit the hitbox and they attack you like 10 times in a second.
And that's what I love about the games. They always find a way to surprise you.
But you see, somebody like me, I've never played Elden Ring. I've never played Dark Souls. I didn't even know Elden Ring was a part of the Dark Souls series. And you know what I met with when I talk about flaws with the series? The same thing I met with the TV world. Where when you mention
need to listen to the... he's talking shit anyway, but you need to listen to the OST of the Ancestor Spirit fight. The background music of that fight was insane, man.
Fans of that series just damage control it. They'll say stupid, petty, chisty, catty, childish shit. Like, oh, you've lost credibility because you've spoke your mind. You gave your opinion. You now have no.
You can give your opinion, and we say if it's wrong or not, or if it's valid.
Credibility with me.
No, I think you lose credibility when you talk about things that you don't.
You just talk a lot of shit, man. That's it.
Really understand. And you try to pass it off as like fact, or you know, when you say things like,
okay, bye bitch, I don't give a fuck. The reality is, that's my opinion based off of playing it as a new person. They have no easy mode. The graphics are dog shit.
Are you sure about that?
The graphics are dog shit.
Dog shit graphics, man.
The graphics are dog shit.
Yes. Oh,
the graphics.
This was the best part when I first entered this thing. First, when you go down with the elevator, in the well, go down with the elevator and you see this scenery, man. It was insane. But this is a different perspective. You need to be... It is when the meteor strikes, was it? Go down there? Yeah. I'm not gonna spoil it, sorry.
Our dog shit.
The way you phrase things is important. Like so. Elden Ring's graphics are complete fucking trash and I wipe my ass with them. Versus, I wasn't the biggest fan of the graphics and style. Two sentences saying the same thing, but which one do you hate more? Right? There's a difference between like matter of fact, like this animation is broken, and I think the graphics are bad. I think that. You get what I'm saying? Language, people.
And the thing that really pisses me off is all these fucking fans of this game know that the graphical issues are there. They'll try to say it's okay or it's passable. It's shit. Be honest.
The stuttering problems, I played the game despite that because the game was so good. Is it bad? Yes. Did it stop me from playing the game?
No.
No.
When you look at the gameplay itself, it's clunky. The controls are shitty for a new person just getting in. I don't know how it is for you.
Controls are shitty if you're a new person to any game. You have to learn the controls, man. It's not a fucking flight simulator.
Imagine if you never played League of Legends or shit like that, or an RTS game. You would play like a toddler, man.
The controls are hard, bro. There's only so many buttons on the controller.
Yeah, try them out,
just learn it.
But then, even if you are a vet, you're still gonna die a bunch of times, right? You are.
That's true.
The way they made the game is so that the way the boss hits you, it takes so much of your life away. That's very frustrating.
Level up vigor.
But let me just give you a little personal insight as to how I like to game.
Enlighten me.
I come home from work, I'm trying to unwind, I'm trying to relax. I'm not trying to sit there stressed out on some fucking game, yelling at the screen, trying to hashtag
get good.
Because that's like this mentality that all you guys have kind of gotten submitted into. You guys literally sound like abuse victims, right? Like you're in a really shitty relationship, and that's just how it is, man. You know, you just take it on the chin, man. It's how it is.
Apparently,
you sound like abuse victims. What a kind thing to say, dude. What's that? You like a video game? You fucking abuse victim? I bet your girlfriend slaps your nutsack at night while you're sleeping, just to fuck with you, because you like Elden Ring.
You shouldn't be saying that's how it is, or, you know, we just know that that's how these games are. It's not for everyone. A game that's not for everyone isn't a game that should be made, in my opinion.
What?
A game that is not for everyone is a game that shouldn't be made, in my opinion.
That's every game.
Call of Duty. Oh, no, those are gone. That's gone. Those aren't for kids. Halo Reach, rated M. That's gone.
Throw that shit out, man.
No, kids are playing that. Bioshock, that's gone. Mass Effect, sex and that. Dragon Age sucks. Tales of Vesperia, rated T, not for everyone. Modern Warfare, you're gone. Dragon Ball Z, there's violence in that, not made for everyone. Fighting game, Infinite Warfare, that's made for nobody. Advanced Warfare, that's made for even less people. Oh God, getting rid of all of this, all this. No more games, no more games. None of these are made for every single person on the planet. Gotta get rid of everything. Everything burns.
A game that's not for everyone isn't.
This argument doesn't make any sense, man.
What do you mean? No single product on the planet can be made for everyone. I don't know why people use ultimatum statements like this. It's like, it always goes back to the accessibility thing. Like, maybe you just don't enjoy this thing and you should get over it. I can live with the knowledge that tampon advertisements don't target me. They don't sell me on tampons. I feel left out of the tampon industry. And that's an industry I really want to get into because I'm such a pussy. And I want every single thing on the planet to revolve around me. I think that might be one of the worst takes I've ever heard.
Games are supposed to be fun, transcend the reality that we have right now, take you to new worlds, give you new abilities, you're allowed to do things that you never ever could do in the real world without consequence, and be accessible to anyone regardless of experience level.
Like when people like this say every game should be made for everyone, it's like, okay, so why the fuck do we have a rating system then? Because not every game is made for everyone.
Because the reality is, if it wasn't so ridiculously hard and you had the thrill of dying a bunch of times, it's really a lackluster game with shitty graphics. The graphics are dog shit. The graphics are dog shit. Shitty graphics. Shitty graphics. Again, I'm new to the franchise, had no idea what it is, and then...
the problem is, you're new to the franchise, yet you act like your opinions are far more important than everyone else's. It's like, no, your opinions are less important. That's what we're trying to tell you.
Of course, when you go to the community as a new gamer, you would think, right, as a gamer, you'd have people being welcoming. I had maybe 5 people in the whole comment thread. Like, hey man, you know, let's do those bosses together, I'll help you out. You know, only 5 people. The rest of them were like, oh, you're a clown, you've lost credibility, it's demeaning.
You would think people would...
Yeah, because you just insulted a bunch of people.
...be welcoming. I only told them that if you like this game, you probably don't have any friends or family. Why don't you like me? You pieces of shit, you're supposed to like me. Well, how are your people skills so bad? You don't know that, like, hey, insulting people doesn't make friends. You insult them after you become friends.
Because you're new to a game that's known, by the way, for being incredibly fucking difficult. And it's your fault, not the dev's fault for not thinking of every single player of all kinds of
It's not difficult. Again and again, it's not difficult. You don't know the standards of games in the past where you died for every single mistake. And the newer games, I just don't like it, but it's too easy. And I'm glad that something like Elden Ring exists. I know it's not for everyone, but it's something for me. And a bunch of other people. We all like it.
They don't care.
They don't care about you. This game isn't for you. Not every game should be made for everyone. He's the type of guy that, you know those dudes when they're talking to a woman and they're like, wow, I think you're so pretty and hot, and they reject him and he's like, fuck you, bitch, you're so ugly, I hate you. It's like, this is how they deal with not being included or not being accepted by people or a community or someone. It's that, like, rejection of, like, I didn't like you anyways. I didn't want to be a part of this community. Bro, and so they just like self-sabotage.
It's a challenge, and it has to be for players who think every game is fucking easy, and if you aren't one of those players, then you are a scumbag, you filthy casual. At the end of the day, go kill yourself, man. At the end of the day, go kill yourself, man. At the end
No comment.
At the end of the day, go kill yourself, man.
Why am I still getting hate?
I can see why you deleted this video.
I'm speechless,
I
man.
can't understand why you posted it in the first place.
This was insane.
I'm not gonna sit here and, like, be demeaned and talked down to because I don't enjoy a shit fest of a game that...
You're on the internet. You're on the internet, Quantum TV. People are gonna not like you.
Whatever your misunderstanding is. But hopefully by explaining this to you, I can maybe kind of smooth out your aggression and your backlash. Again, nothing against you. It's not a personal attack. At the end of the day, go kill yourself, man. If you like what you like, but it is childish to look at somebody and say that, you know, you're X, Y, and Z because you don't like the video game I like.
I don't need to talk.
It doesn't run that deep for me. At the end of the day, go kill yourself, man. It's a fucking game, and at the end of the day, it's a trash game.
Yeah.
It's gonna stay on the shelf, and I stand by what I said 100%. At the end of the day, go kill yourself, man. I don't recommend it, and I think anyone who bought that game, frankly, likes a challenge. You're one of those diehard players. But for most people, it's not recommended, and that's the video.
Okay, that was terrible.
We're gonna start with the good stuff. Elden Ring can be purchased at places like Amazon and really most online retailers and returned. That's a silver lining. And the best thing about this game.
He made a part 3 video.
Hold on to your butts.
Now here's what I'll say to prove that the game is terrible.
Oh, he's gonna prove it. Prove it.
But essentially it all resorts back to the same thing. You do not need an easy mode. Or any kind of easier mode, or even a normal difficulty option. You know what? Screw difficulty options altogether. The game is designed to be ultra hard, ultra challenging. That's the purpose of the game. If you give it a difficulty option, all you're doing is destroying the game and there's no point in playing it. You know what that means, guys? that means this is a dumpster fire. Just toss it in the trash.
I don't know how many times I'm gonna have to point to this video I did about difficulty options in Souls games, but I'm gonna continue doing it as long as dumbasses keep reiterating their same stupid points. Games can be made with multiple difficulty options in mind, or only one. It's up to the developer's intent. I don't see anybody talking shit about the original Super Mario Brothers. You move and jump. 2 buttons and a D-pad. It doesn't get much more accessible than that. But oh no, the original Super Mario Brothers doesn't have a difficulty option. It's so inaccessible to me. I can't play this. It's trash. Throw it in the trash.
Let's talk graphics. The game was delayed 4 years, right?
No, it wasn't.
The game was delayed for 4 years? I'm raising an eyebrow to that one.
What the hell?
Actually, the game was only delayed for a month.
2 months?
So that was a fucking lie.
Yeah.
This game doesn't really break the mold of any open world game that has ever existed. It doesn't.
It absolutely does, because From Software has successfully taken their more linear, enclosed areas and transitioned that formula to an open world seamlessly, better than most other current open world games to date. It absolutely succeeds and excels as an open world title.
There are no cinematic cutscenes that like razzle and dazzle and break the mold while also offering a super challenging experience.
No! What the fuck?
And I do want to bring this next part.
Seeing Asmongold, man.
The game has a toxic player base.
This is where they always go. They flame the player base.
Most multiplayer games have a toxic player base. It's normal, but we still have good players, nice people. What?
And then get flack, and they're like, well, this is evidence that they're toxic. I just told this fan base that the only reason you like this game is because you don't have friends or family.
No. You didn't hear that right. The game has a cult-like toxic player base. What does this mean? This means that the players of Elden Ring are likened to people who would rather drink blood from a cup than your neighbor next door. They are very weird people.
You're weird for liking this game. Maybe your experience with these people has something to do with what you've said to them.
At the end of the day, go kill yourself, man. Yeah. And I stand by what I said 100%. If you Google Quantum TV right now, or you look Quantum TV up on YouTube, rather, you will see a string of attack videos because of, my opinion, of the review that I issued out.
Yeah, of course, if you tell people to kill yourself.
In addition to the fact that when approached by what they call commentary, which is essentially gamers of a certain tier level that like to illegally download people's videos, re-upload them, and smack talk over them to own their review talking points, they call it fair use.
Yes.
That's all, folks. Bro, you can download videos off YouTube. It's not illegal.
They don't care how much of the video they're using. They completely ignore the 4 factors of fair use used and publicly broadcasted on YouTube.
I don't know how someone could research fair use so much and still not understand what it is. You can critique someone's points and reviews. It's the whole fucking point of fair use. If I don't like a movie, I need to be able to show clips of the movie that I don't like. And if I don't like your video, I should be able to show clips of your video that I don't like.
Yes,
it's fair use. So this guy is like arguing copyright law in his Elden Ring review. He's become so detached from the actual game and mechanics that he's just going after people that are criticizing him. How is this a review? Why don't you think about like what you're making before you make it?
And a lot of these smaller channels
write the script, maybe leave some insults out, like telling people to kill themselves, and search for valid points, like, yeah, it has frame rate problems and shit like that, but this is despicable. Is that a word? Yeah. Pathetic, yeah.
100 subscribers, 400 subscribers, 4,000 subscribers.
Expanding my English vocabulary.
A lower YouTuber will steal videos. It's a known thing. It's a huge problem. YouTube doesn't do anything about it. And if you tell them not to do that, they'll just say anything is fair use.
Oh, that's this tier of lower YouTubers. I'm gonna talk down to you because my penis is like 10 times smaller than yours, Mischief. Sorry. You seem to put a lot of importance on the validity of people's arguments based on their subscriber count. How many subs do I have again?
Over the years, I've had to learn the hard way that you can't just talk over somebody else's content, pausing and playing it, calling it fair use. That is not fair use.
You absolutely can if you add constructive feedback to the video itself. If you transform the work beyond what it was originally posted as. That is absolutely fair use. I've seen Osmongold react to videos of mine, and he adds genuinely good feedback to my video. And
I love it. Like, Osmongold always pauses when he talks. He goes through every sponsor, and he is one of the best reactors you can watch.
Elaborates further on the points that I make. That should be a medium that is encouraged, not censored. Right?
Yeah.
I'm just here, like, reviewing a game once. Let me say that again.
That's not a review.
All the negative press you've seen on me is because I reviewed a game once, didn't like it, some 16-year-old kid picked it up, can't sum it up enough. The game is trash, the community is trash, outside of 1%. Ultimately speaking, the game is, like, literally a 0 out of a 10 to me. I could not possibly rate it.
Yeah.
The worst score I could possibly give it. I would light it on fire on camera if I still had it. At the end of the day, go kill yourself, man. You guys literally sound like abuse victims, right? And I stand by what I said 100%. But at the end of the day, Elden Ring is really quite genuinely, unobjectively, and objectively a bad game. It is. It doesn't do anything new. Be creative, FromSoft. Start welcoming players. Start doing something outside of saying get
Don't
good.
listen to this guy.
Maybe
don't
then
listen to
you'll get
anything
my
he says
dollars, but
FromSoft. Ignore him.
that point
Ignore
happens,
him. He's dumb.
enjoy
He's
all the
stupid. Don't
other
listen to him.
millions of
Blah,
sales
blah,
that you
blah,
have
blah,
from
blah.
other players
Blah, blah,
that
blah, blah,
would
blah,
rather
blah,
be a
blah. You're
mob
not
than a
hearing what he's
community.
saying. Blah, blah, blah,
That's all
blah,
I
blah.
know. No game of the year.
Shit, man.
No real champion. Just bare minimum. When real next-gen games come out, you'll be a footnote in a couple of months. Nobody will even talk about this game. Ever even mention it when we talk about the greats of this generation. That is a fact. When the next generation cycle is said and done, don't forget it, and remember I said it on this day, because these are hard facts that nobody's going to spit, but pretty much me, so...
Yeah, man.
You serious?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
serious,
my advice
man.
is if you're
You're
reviewing a
serious.
game, keep it about the game and don't just like go out of your way to flame the audience. Maybe try to come into it like, hey, I don't really know so much about these games. This is how it appears to me. These are the problems I have with it. Am I wrong? Am I missing something? Oh, I am? Okay, thanks for letting me know. I'll give it another try. Maybe just like be a rational human being. So thank you all for watching.
Maybe.
Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did and subscribe to the Act Man for more awesome content.
Subscribe to the Eggman for more awesome content, and subscribe to me as well if you want to see more cringe, good reaction content. Yeah. And we're gonna react to everything. I want to react to more Eggman stuff. He does great content. I love the older Halo bits. I'm gonna react to that. To the more COD bits, of course. Call of Duty. I have quite a history with that game. And yeah, the Diablo one, the Downfall of Blizzard one. Like, these are pretty important ones. And what, you know what I'm gonna do now after this video, and what you also should do is Asmongold reacts to worst Elden Ring hot takes 23 hours ago. Go to react Asmongold as well. He also does great content. And yeah, I see you next time. Wafer out.